Jesus knew all the time that you will come back. That you will come back, that you will not die, that you will not perish, that you will not kill yourself, that you will not be killed. In whatever stuff you have been through, he knew it all the time. And I had this realization before, but now I kind of had an epiphany reading a Bible verse in a book that I'm just reading now. And I want to read this verse for you. And the Lord said, Simon, Simon, indeed, Satan has asked for you, that he may sift you as wheat. But I have prayed for you, that your faith should not fail. And when you have returned to me, strengthen your brethren. So this is insane, guys. And this proves to me that, like, first of all, indeed, so that's what we thought, right? That's how it felt all our lives. Satan has asked for you. So he has asked for us. That means Satan cannot just do whatever he wants in our life. He has to ask Jesus for permission to do whatever he wants to do in our lives. He has asked for you that he may sift you as wheat. So this means, I mean, we have the saying in German, but I don't know in English. It means you take the wheat and you shake it, you scramble it, you do whatever to separate the useless stuff from the actual wheat. And this is probably like, for the wheat, it's kind of a heavy process. And it separates the useless things, and it shows what is the good stuff. It's like a proof of the good stuff. It shows your true colors. It shows your true character, the stuff that you're made of. But I have prayed for you. This but for me means, okay, Satan has asked for you that he may sift you as wheat. So yeah, he has asked for it, and I don't know about your life, but in my life this definitely happened. Many years, long time ago, and not so long time ago, but especially in my childhood and my teenage years, it was like insane. But like, even though that's how I interpret it, even though all this stuff is happening, I have prayed for you. This is crazy. Jesus has prayed for me, or has prayed for you, that your faith should not fail. So in the end, you go through all this shit, you go through the dark valley, you go through depression, violence, maybe you end up in jail, maybe you have addictions, maybe you, I don't know, like dark stuff. Like when you have really been deep in the darkness, you know what I'm talking about. But your faith should not fail. And this is so crazy, because so many years in my life, I thought, I didn't even think about faith, because there was no faith. I totally forgot about God and Jesus and everything. For me, that didn't exist anymore. There was no thinking about, I should strengthen my faith. No, I completely forgot about the whole concept of faith, that there was something like God. It was a huge game changer for me when I even came to the New Age spirituality, that the universe and something beyond the physical. Because what I used to say back in the day was, I just believe it when I see it. I seriously said that. Like, with full conviction, I'm like, I just believe the stuff that I'm seeing. That's what I said. And so for me, the whole spirituality was a big thing already, you know. But I was still so far away from any faith, God, Jesus. If somebody would have come to me and talk about Jesus, I'd be like, yeah, of course. Come on, you know, I would be annoyed. I was mocking Jesus, you know. I was like, we're making fun of him. Like, people who had this kind of certain style, we were saying like, yeah, he's wearing Jesus shoes or whatever. Like, I was so far away. But then, again, I was in my darkest moments, and I completely forgot about that as well, crying in the night and crying out to God, like, why did you forsake me? Like, why do you not just kill me? Why do you put me through all that instead of just not bringing me to life in the first place, or like getting me out of this? What is your problem with me? What do you have against me? But I forgot that as well. So I did not even remember my anger towards God. I completely forgot everything. I kind of dug myself deeper and deeper into the darkness. You know, when you once start with sin, one sin leads to the other sin, and you just keep getting worse, and then you do this, and then you do that, and like, I don't know. So this is crazy. I prayed for you that your faith should not fail. He prayed for us that our faith should not fail. And I mean, if you believe anything about the Bible, if you believe anything about God, that if God says something, that something should happen, this is how it's going to happen. So that your faith should not fail. So this means to me, it's set, it's done. Like the faith will not fail. There's no way, you know. And then the next words, and when you have returned to me, strengthen your brethren. And this is crazy as well. When you have returned. It's not if you have returned, it's when you have returned. So it's the word when. This means it's about to happen. It's for sure that it's going to happen. Just the question is when, not if. It's the same as in when you walk through the valley of shadow of death. It's not if you walk through it, it's when you walk through it. So this word when, I think, is really important here. When you have returned to me, so when the time finally has come, that you have returned to me, that you again believe, that you discover your faith again. When you have returned to me, and returned also means you were there before, you went away, and then you returned. It's not Jesus returned somewhere, it's we are returning. Like we were there, I guess, as children or like before birth. I don't know, like it probably depends on the life story. Maybe some people just leave Jesus when they are like teenagers, some leave him when they are kids. I don't know. Like I think I left my faith, I think in the age around 10. That is when my life really got darker, and I had symptoms of like physical symptoms. I had moments, I remember when I was lying in my bed with a deep empty feeling of something is missing, and I could never understand what that is. But now retrospectively, I believe in that time I really left the Father, and I turned towards the world, superficial things. I was getting interested in boys and beauty and all this kind of stuff. I was reading these magazines. I started to listen to rock music. I mean, pretty early on, because my mother was a rock singer. So yeah, I was exposed to this kind of material really early on. But so when we return to Jesus, strengthen your brethren. This is a clear command that I'm seeing there. So Jesus has prayed for us that we will not lose our faith, even though in the worst things that happen to us, that Satan asked Jesus to do to us, like losses, violence, abuse, like, I mean, it's hard, you know, guys. Like you have been through so many things. And life has thrown so many things at you, the unfairness of it all, the perceived unfairness, the pain, the emotional pain, the losses, grief, sorrow, all this. And Jesus knew all the time, we will not lose our faith, or our faith should not fail. Maybe we will kind of lose it, but in the end, like under the baseline, it will not fail. And when we come through all this stuff and we return, we should strengthen our brethren. And this is what I also said to some colleagues the other day. We were talking about, I have a colleague, she had panic attacks and all kinds of stuff. And she said, if I would not find this job that I have now, then I'll probably go back to Italy. And I'm like, there's no way I stay in Switzerland. Because she was really, really bad, had a really bad time. And I told her, like, isn't it funny, like, you think you're drowning, you're under the surface, and you're like, okay, that's it. The next breath will be with water. But before that happens, the hand of of Jesus is coming with his smile, and he's like, no, you're not gonna drown. And this is so insane, because I was actually drowning almost twice in my life. As a kid, and then 10 years ago in Nicaragua again. It happened twice, and twice somebody was pulling me out of the water just 1 second before I had to breathe in, because I couldn't get out. I was in a rip tide or whatever in the waves, and I couldn't get out. So this picture of Jesus being above the surface, imagine this screen is the surface, and you're under the water like, oh no, I cannot, I'm drowning. And then he's just appearing on the surface and like reaching his hand. He's like, get out of here. Come on, get out of here. It's so fascinating that Jesus knows all that. And he knows what he can push us through. He knows what he can put onto you, that it will be the best for you. You will not lose your faith. When you are a child of God, I think you can go as far as the Andromeda galaxy and you will still come back. You will come back, and he knows that you will come back. I had this insight on psychedelics, also on ayahuasca, when I had what I found encounter with God or with Jesus, that God was smiling at me and saying he was not worried in the slightest. And for me, a lifetime of depression and sadness and crying and getting over my trauma, which I didn't really know it was trauma in the beginning. I was just like, I'm a mess, I'm worthless, all this shame and guilt. And all these years, all these decades, and God is smiling at me and saying like, yeah, I knew that you will come back. There was no doubt about it. And I was like, are you kidding me? All this worry for nothing in the end. I mean, it's not for nothing. It will continue, The requests from Satan to sift us as wheat will not stop, of course. I think even maybe even the opposite. I think it might even get worse at some point. I think we get times of peace like I have now. I mean, look here. It's just peace. But it will not stay like this. When we look around in the world, when we see what is happening, when we see what's going on with AI, when we see what's going on with Epstein, when we see what's going on with the war, with Iran and Israel and the United States and China, shit gets really tough in the future, I think. So, and Satan has something against us personally. He hates us personally. He hates us so much that we cannot even imagine that. So he will not stop asking Jesus for, can I test this person? Can I test this person? Can I throw some shit at this person? And to understand now that God allows this and allows this to happen, so we can see, God can see what we are made of. Are we little weak leaves that fly around in the wind, or are we going to be still on Jesus' side, on God's side? Are we still going to have faith when shit goes really down? I mean, everybody can be like, oh yeah, I'm following Jesus and stuff, but when shit goes down, when you have been abused, when you're going to experience violence, when they're going to take stuff away from you, when your partner betrays you, when you lose somebody. I mean, there are like, when I hear things like people lose their kids, or what happens in Nigeria with burning the churches and killing the families and stuff, I'm like, whoa, this is crazy. And these people, when you see the interviews of them, they say, it just strengthened my faith. I will not turn away from Jesus. I'm like, whoa, this is real faith there. And can we not even be thankful for the challenges so we can prove our faith, instead of just having a nice life? I mean, if I would live in this kind of environment for the rest of my life, then yeah, great. But let's say some stuff happens in the next years, and I think it will, then just then we can prove our real material of character. So I want to read the Bible verse again for you because it's so beautiful, and then I want to leave you with that and let you ponder about that, what it actually really means, because it just really hit me so hard. And the Lord said, Simon, Simon, indeed, Satan has asked for you, that he may sift you as wheat. But I have prayed for you, that your faith should not fail. And when you have returned to me, strengthen your brethren. It's in Luke 23, verse 31-32. There you go. Jesus has prayed for us. Jesus has prayed for us. I will keep reading, but I really had to share this right now. Let me know if you feel something similar. Let me know if you have discovered this verse. I mean, I have read Luke, but I didn't see this verse it just hits me in the face right now. And this is so fascinating about the Bible as well, that we read, and let's say a half year later we read something again and we're like, it was not there before. It was not there before. Like, this just really hit me. I was like, I have to make a video right now. So Jesus have prayed for us. He knew that we will return, and the whole point of it all is we have to strengthen our brethren. This means talking about it, telling people about Jesus, giving hope, giving encouragement, sharing love, being kind, doing the things that Jesus would do, like in difficult situations, asking yourself, okay, what would Jesus do? Not freaking out, trying to be different. We are all different anyway. You are different anyway. When you're a child of God, you don't fit in this world. You are different anyway, but it's also a responsibility to really behave differently. Like, okay, how is this the saying? To whom much is given, much is required. So yeah, guys, my friends, this I wanted to share with you. Let me know what you think about it, and I'm sending you much love and blessings and sun from the Swiss lake. Look at that. From the Swiss lake. It's 27 degrees, summer here in May, and I'm having the book of Don Dickerman, Keep the Pigs Out, which is about slam the door on Satan and keep your spiritual house clean. Because the stuff is real. Satan is not shitting around. He wants to get each and one of us back into his dark kingdom of despair and darkness. And we are not to allow that. We should not give in, and we should educate ourselves. And this is why, against all resistance that I'm having sometimes in reading, and I rather doom scroll, which is a tactic of Satan as well, I have to read. We have to read, guys. So I'm sending you much blessings and love, and thank you for watching, and see you in the next video. See what life brings, and I hope you have a beautiful day, and see you in the next one. Bye bye.